Because I'm like, I don't want any dead air.
Oh, same. No, it's not safe.
No, it's like, oh God, we're in it. When it's like dead air at a party,
We're all uncomfortable. Everybody can sense.
we're all like sitting there being like, what do we do? And I'm like, okay, so like, if you had 5 liquids out of your fingers, what 5 would it be? And people are like, I love that. That's a great question. I'm like,
What is up, everybody? It's Sam, and we are back with another episode of Pessimistic at Best, the podcast. And I have Lily on the pod.
yay. That's my intro.
Yes, yay.
That's my time to come in. Okay, here I am.
I'm so happy to have you here. Also, it's been so fun hanging. I could chat with you literally forever for the rest of my life.
I love that. Okay, yeah. I mean, right back at you.
You're so easy to talk to.
Thank you.
Which I know lots of first dates have said that too in the past.
Yeah. I mean, like, honestly, like, I'm like trying to be like humble pie because like, you know, I was a younger sister. So like definitely got like knocked down a couple pegs for my sister of like, you're not
all
cool.
that.
Yeah. Which is good. Everyone needs that. But like, yeah, like I feel like I could talk to a brick wall, and I have had people say that. And I
think the brick wall would speak back to you.
I think it would like love the conversation and be like, actually, you raise a good point. So, yeah, everyone should be a good conversationalist. My aunt,
it's such a skill.
Deb, used to, well, she still does, say like the art of conversation. Some people don't have it.
No, I completely agree. And there's nothing worse than when you get caught in a conversation with somebody who can't reciprocate.
Yes. Okay, but my thing for 2025, are you big on resolutions?
I am. I feel like I'm more of like an intention setter.
Okay.
Than like making a resolution. They can be similar. Sometimes there's overlap, but I feel like one is almost like stopping something and the other is like trying to be more intentional about doing something.
Yeah.
So it's just like reframing.
I guess, yeah. So I guess like my manifestation, intention, maybe in that order of resolution,
yes.
Like that's how I'm viewing it, is like if I'm in a bad conversation, which we all get into.
Oh, hard to avoid.
Yeah, my goal is to like make it fun.
Okay, I like that.
Isn't that like wild? I mean, like I definitely shouldn't say that out loud and like have it in print.
Yeah.
Then like everyone's gonna be like,
is it me?
Yeah, like is she trying to get out of this conversation? Oh my God, she hates this. But I feel like it's not hard.
Yeah, I agree with that.
There's always gonna be times where you're like, oh God, like I literally cannot talk to this person. And that's when then you just say like, and I'm going to insert my out here, but I'm not actually going to say what it is because other people will know what I say.
Totally.
But it's like probably like,
or you have a go-to.
Or like,
right.
Let me go check on this.
No, totally.
And that's why like I love hosting parties, because then you can just be like, I have to go.
Yeah.
Someone came in.
Do a little something.
Yeah. Or you're like, I think someone's on fire. Yeah. Someone's trying to get in. Yeah. Or you're like, we have an appetizer. There's no appetizer, but like, I'm like, I gotta go.
Right.
But yeah, I try to be like, okay, let me like pivot this and think of like the most wild, absurd thing to say, or just like a normal thing. It either ebbs or flows between the two. And like 9 times out of 10, like we're right back in the flow.
Yeah.
Of like, okay, they've got it.
Well, and I feel like there's such a difference between somebody who might just not be super comfortable having a conversation versus somebody who I actually just don't like.
Well, true. And I guess like how you phrased it at the beginning, definitely have talked to straight men.
Totally.
And they are so fun to talk to.
Yeah. Yeah. Entertainers, those guys.
Yeah. I mean, and like sometimes like maybe like I kind of have like an out of body experience of like, how fun will this story be to tell to my friends once I'm
100%.
like on the other end? So
yeah,
sometimes I'm like, how far can I push it? Like men at a dive bar, it's like,
oh right, we're doing it for the bit.
Yeah, like this will be such a good story tomorrow
and we're
morning.
taking notes.
Yeah, over coffee to be like, and they believe that I was British and royal and my mother's dying. Or I'm just like, yeah, I said it. I was at the bar like 2 weeks ago with my roommate, and I like randomly showed up to, have you been to Cody's Public House?
No.
Okay, you have to go.
Okay.
Well, I also like shouldn't shout it out because like the DePaul and Loyola girlies have figured it out of like a neighborhood bar is cool, and you're like, no,
right? Don't you hate when that happens?
Yeah, you're like, this is my place, which is like a whole nother topic of like the whole argument happening right now of like Chicago hidden gems.
Totally.
that
Right.
either A, they're not hidden, or B, it's someone like
It's all over my TikTok.
going to Stan's Donuts and they're like, come to this hidden gem.
Yeah. Right.
But we were at the bar and I just like randomly was there way too long, drank too much per usual. And
Classic.
as I'm like, just like, okay, let's turn it up to 11 here. I'm like in the line for the bathroom and this guy walks out of the bathroom and I'm just like, did you wash your hands? He did not. So he like literally turned around, 180'd back in the bathroom, and like the girlies in the line loved it. They were like, that is so funny. They're like, you are so
putting a man in his place.
And I was like, yeah, you don't do that. And they're like, I am gonna do that. And I'm like, great. So that now like everyone in Chicago is asking men if they wash their hands. And if that's what I'm
men be warned.
Yeah. If that's what I'm starting, what the life
that's
I
your
leave
legacy.
behind.
Yes.
Hands being washed at bars.
Right.
Hopefully.
Hey, you're leaving it a cleaner world than you found it.
Yes. Which like that right now was just like 8 stories in one.
No, I'm guilty of the same.
Strap
I know
in.
we chatted about this a little bit at dinner, but I feel like you said you get that from your mother, and I feel the exact same. Mom, if you're listening, she will start a story.
Mm-hmm.
She will kind of embellish with details that are not important to the story. Names, maybe she went on a dog walk or something, and suddenly I'm hearing about the owner's 2 kids, and one of them sometimes rakes out front. Yep. It has nothing to do with the story. The story's about the dog.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I'm learning about, a cousin who got married and the family came over to the wedding and it's like at their house and she just can't help herself.
I feel like, my mom growing up, her nickname was Chatty Cathy, which like
classic.
my mom definitely will be listening to this. Like my number 1 supporter, number 1 fan.
Love.
Like, and
Hi, Mom.
Yeah, hey mom. Definitely might be something where like I don't even send it to her. She just like finds it.
Oh, of course.
And like I love that about her. Where like for
is your mom online?
She is on Instagram if people want to try to find her.
Yes.
Never posted. She follows maybe like 7 people.
She's one of those.
And then probably like 85 like accounts of like all comedians and then like NPR.
We love a little bit of sense of humor.
Yeah. Oh no, she's funny. And like she is funny because she thinks she's funny. So like that's even more funny.
Yeah. Sometimes you're laughing at, not with. It just
depends. Oh no. Yeah, we're a funny family, which like is Minnesota humor too.
Classic.
Which like I think I finally have figured out in my 29 years of life. Oops, she showed her age. That like Minnesotans are so funny. Like
I completely agree.
Humor that we have is like weird. But yeah, her nickname was Chatty Cathy.
Is her name actually Kathy?
Yes, it is Catherine.
Okay.
If she doesn't like you, she says, just call me Kathy.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. To make sure that she's keeping an eye on her ops.
Yeah, which again, people are like, uh-oh. But I have her saved in my phone as Kath, which also like, I was thinking about like, if I like fall in the road or like on a run, people like, how they would like call the phone to say like, call mom. Like they wouldn't know to call Kath.
So true.
And they call my dad, and I don't know if he'd answer. But
not reliable, that guy.
Yeah. Well, he like would, but he'd probably be like browsing the aisles of like Home Depot and be like, "Oh, gotcha."
That is where dads find solace.
Yeah, that's his place. Or Menards, one of the two.
Right.
We live behind a Home Depot, so
okay, whichever one's closer.
But then the Menards is like a block over. God, see, where are we in the story? Like, I'm giving myself whiplash. But
Chatty Cathy mom,
and like the way that she tells stories is like, it's not so much that we're like embellishing on it, but like seeing the things that mean nothing to the story and yet like enrich it to a level that
totally.
Like, what the hell are we talking about? I don't even know, but like the story's so fun.
Right.
That it's kind of like along for the ride. And like, I feel like in life, there's storytellers and listeners, and you need both.
I completely agree.
I need a listener who's going to listen to the story.
Yeah. Because I have a lot to say.
I feel like I can't be we can't be like yapping at each other. Like,
no, right.
Yes, anding, I guess.
Yeah. Which is what we're doing right now.
Yeah, I know. We totally are.
No, I completely agree with that because I feel like, it's actually interesting. I feel like so many of the men who have remained consistent in my life are honestly relatively quiet.
Oh, yeah. My dad is so quiet.
Yeah.
He's in a family with 3 women.
Right.
So
doesn't stand a chance.
And like my sister's husband, quiet.
Yeah.
Like
James like walks the line, right? Like
Yeah.
he can definitely participate, but I would say he leans quiet.
Yeah.
And it's funny because all my female friends would fall under the chatty Cathy category.
Yeah.
And I feel like we just talk over each other constantly.
Yeah. I guess that is then my second resolution, which I've realized now in April. I am like a huge interrupter.
Ugh, same.
I know, like
Now I'm going to be thinking about it.
I hate it. I think about it now like so much. I've like noticed this month, especially like it's hit its peak. So I'm like, okay, I've got it out of my system and now I'm really going to focus.
Good for you.
I don't know if I'll do it. Like,
No.
we might be here next year and I'll be like, still the same thing. Like, I can't fix it. It's because I get so excited.
No, like I want to add my little
like
bit.
So hyped. And I'm like, no, there's a story about this and I have to tell it to you like immediately.
Right.
Because I'm like, I don't want any dead air.
Oh, same. No, it's not safe.
No, it's like, oh God, we're in it. When it's like dead air at a party, that's when everyone's like sipping and just being like,
yes.
Like, what do we do?
Right.
And like,
we're all uncomfortable. Everybody can sense.
We're all like sitting there being like, what do we do? And I'm like, okay, so like, if you had 5 liquids out of your fingers, what 5 would it be? And people are like, I love that. That's a great question. I'm like, yeah, I got it, right?
Totally.
No dead air. And then for like 2 hours, we're talking about that. And they're like, okay, well, I guess we're going to head out.
Totally, yeah. And I'm so glad I learned something so important about all of you.
Hey, and then you can always come back to it. That's the beauty of it. Like the second you see that person at a party, you'll be like, hey, same 5 liquids out of those fingers. And they'll be like, no, I'm changing.
Right, we're switching it up.
Yeah. And then like you can like ebb and flow off of that and be like, okay, what about like sauces?
Right. We're leaning into solids.
Yeah. Oh, and then like the hypothetical questions that come out. And then you get to kind of like play like judge and ruler of like, nope, the viscosity of that liquid is too thick. It will not come out of your finger.
Right.
And it's all hypothetical situations. So you can just like walk away.
So you could make shit up.
Yeah, I guess so. But like,
which is the best.
I don't know. Like, what are your 5 liquids?
Right. I don't know. If I had to choose, I think I'm going things that for me spark joy. So I'm leaning liquids that I personally would like to consume.
And they are like nonstop coming up. Not nonstop, but like you have them in your fingers for the rest of your life.
Okay. For me, I think I'm going Diet Coke.
Okay, love you already. If you said full fat Coke, I'd be like,
no,
gotta
right.
go.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't trust a person who's into full fat Coke.
I do have friends and I love them for drinking it, but like
I can't say the same.
Gut reaction, I have to say like, oh, a full fat Coke.
It's not even because I think I'm not thinking about the diet culture of it all.
Oh, no, not at all.
It's the taste. Better.
Yeah.
Significantly better. A Diet Coke.
It's there.
A large Diet Coke from McDonald's with all of the crushed ice.
Fountain.
Iconic.
Yeah, like the pebble ice.
Nothing better.
Yummy.
So we're doing Diet Coke for sure.
Yep.
In the summer, I gotta be honest, I am gonna go a lemonade.
Cute.
I love lemonade.
That's really cute.
I used to drink so much of it that I was like, my dentist was like, you don't have any cavities, but I think we've got to cut back on the juice. Like, we're getting close.
It is a juice. That is something you don't think about.
Right?
That like I'm drinking juice. Because like the way that my family makes it is like the Crystal Light like powder.
Okay, classic.
So like I'm like, oh, it's water.
Yeah.
That just has flavoring in it.
Mine's fully like Simply Lemonade, pulp and all.
Yeah, I had too many college days with that as my mixer that like Simply Lemonade and I are simply not
sworn
friends anymore.
enemies.
Like,
yeah.
It cannot like the Simply Lemonade like raspberry flavor.
Yeah. No, that one
shivers down my spine.
I can relate. I think for me that's red Gatorade. I can't have it anymore.
Oh.
The amount of times that I threw up bright red.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, we can be doing that. Okay, so then I've got 3 more. I think I'm gonna go like an iced coffee, something classic.
Like straight up? Or are you putting like milk?
I think I'm doing straight up.
Okay.
Yeah, because I can always locate a cream of some kind.
Yep.
And then I gotta go orange juice. I'm a big juice girl.
Juice.
I used to go to sleep at the end of the night looking forward to my glass of orange juice in the morning.
One of one.
Yeah.
You gotta say. Like,
And then my last liquid, maybe like a white wine, a Sauvignon Blanc.
Oh, cute.
Mhm.
Okay, love that.
Mine are all things that I can consume.
Well, liquid wise,
Yeah.
which sometimes people try to loophole it by being like gasoline.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, yes, like
Okay, boring answer.
smart.
Yeah. Okay, practical.
We're driving. And I'm like, well, I'm not living in a car focused society. So like,
exactly.
I walk and I take public transportation.
Yeah,
so
because I
am
care
not
about the
giving that
environment.
to CTA.
Yeah.
Okay. They can't have my gas finger. That's mine. Or like sometimes I'll be like, oh, like alcohol, like vodka might be smart because then like it also can like clean wounds. But then I'm like,
Okay. Right.
I'm drinking it more than I'm like cleaning
How
the
often are you
wounds.
getting a wound?
Well, sometimes like in the summer I am quite a like tumbly mess.
Okay. Yeah. I understand that. I think that drunk me does wake up with a lot of bruises, but I don't normally identify as clumsy.
Well, and sometimes like it's probably more of like a 70-30 split of like 70% is like when I'm just like on a bike going for a run.
Yeah.
Really those
Having
two.
a brush with the elements.
Yeah, like the sidewalk just came up and I didn't see it.
Totally.
Or like it's so oversaid of like the sidewalk was 6 people across and I had to like run around it and I like tripped on a branch and fell.
Right.
And then had to like go to a Chipotle bathroom and get the key code and then walk in there and there's like blood everywhere and I'm like, sorry, I fell during a run.
Yeah, hasn't everybody done that?
Yeah, it's my favorite thing to do in the summer.
Totally.
But like knock on wood, I haven't fallen in a really long time. So
I don't bike here because I'm scared.
oh, you should.
I'm scared.
It's really fun.
I also don't actually have a bike right now. When I moved here, I sold mine. It was definitely
Smart.
time for a new one anyway.
Mhm.
So like I need to upgrade, and I don't have a helmet. I don't have any of the gear.
Yeah. I'm probably not the person to say this and like definitely put like an asterisk or like the like medical like statement underneath.
Do not try this at home.
Yeah, like doctors say this is not actually good. I just divvy bike.
Okay.
And I don't have a helmet.
Okay.
Because I like to just like be able to ditch the bike.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to be
We're
like,
not locking
I
her up.
biked here. Now I gotta like grab my bike and walk it. And like I'll meet you guys at the party, which I know we have friends who do that, and I love them to death for that. Not me.
Yeah, love that for you.
I want to like also the thrill of like shoving your full body force into the divvy bike station to like
Nothing
lock
better.
it, and then you're like, see ya.
Yeah. So nice hanging out.
Yeah, and like if the wheels busted, you're just like, divvy, there's a problem on this bike.
Yeah.
Like
somebody else's
reimburse
problem.
me and I'm leaving.
Yeah.
So I do like it. And I feel like the divvy bike is so recognizable and like clumsy that like the cars are like miles away from you.
So true.
They like don't want to deal with you.
Are divvy bikes electronic?
There's 2 different ones. There's the like normal bike and then the e-bike.
Okay.
And the e-bike are the gray ones.
Okay.
And they have like the little like computer screen on them. So
Okay, got it.
they are like very legit.
Okay.
I am like born and raised, must move my body at all times.
No, that's good.
Probably problematic, but like, so I'm always choosing the regular bike to be like, it's a workout and a trip in one.
Yes. Well, because I feel like in Madison, the only like rentable bicycles were
those red ones.
were the B cycles.
Yeah.
Which I think were all electronic, but I could be making that up. This was back when I was a bike owner, so I didn't partake.
Yeah, I definitely, when I had a summer job, I got like a monthly pass for B-Cycle.
Maybe they had some normal ones.
I have no clue. Also, like I was grabbing the ones that were like way over on like Mendota side, and then I would be
Yes.
going to like Atwood. So like
Classic.
way over in Yonderland.
Yes.
Of like they probably did not put the e-bikes there because they were like, this is
Yeah.
uncharted territory.
Of
Like,
course. Yeah.
we're putting the old 2006 bikes back there, and like
Right.
when they break down, we don't really care.
No, that's going to be the rider's issue.
Yeah, and send them on to greener pastures.
Absolutely.
Is the bike that I had. Yeah,
So you kind of always knew you were going to go to Madison.
I did. Yeah, I think I toured Chicago colleges. I did
Okay.
like DePaul and Loyola. My sister toured. My older sister, only one sister. She's 4.5 years older, so we never were like in school at the same time. So
Yeah.
like when she was like figuring out where she wants to go to college, I was like, "What's college?" And then like when she got
Yeah.
out of college, I was like, "Help! What do I do?" She toured University of Chicago because it looked like
Okay.
Hogwarts. millennials.
Hey,
at that
that's a great
time.
reason. Yeah.
And I think she also toured Columbia. Like she got like the whole like college tour experience.
Mm.
And my parents basically were like,
We've
"You're
already
going to
done
Madison."
this. Yeah.
Which I think I truly bonded with my friends senior year of high school. Like I will forever remember this day, and I know they do too. Of like, it was our last like day of senior, or like right after senior year. So we had like graduated, and we had like 15 grad parties to go to in one day.
Classic. Yes,
So we
I
just
remember
like
those days.
shuttled each other around.
Uh-huh.
And then like we were like at a bonfire that night, and like we all kind of like opened up to one another of like, whoa, we're going to college.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't really know if I want to go to this school, but my parents kind of just told me to go. And they were like,
Yeah.
oh my God, that's so deep. And then like now I'm like, oh, they just did that because like A, they didn't want to go through college stuff again. B, I wanted to go to like NYU, like
Yeah.
for film, or like some girl who I thought was cool in high school went to Pepperdine. And so I was like, I want to go to Pepperdine. I don't know anything about that school, and I think it's like
No.
massively religious. So like, why did I choose that? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I kind of got over that.
No, totally.
But like, it was like my like stink, like my little reason to be like, I don't know if I'll like this school.
Yeah.
And I did. Like, obviously, like they know what they're doing.
Do you think that it tainted your view at all? Like when you first went to school?
I think I could have fallen back on that, but like,
Sure.
I think once I got there, I was like, okay, go.
Yeah.
And like my freshman year, like no one has fun their freshman year.
Oh, for sure.
And like, I think like humble pie. I think I've like always been just like, I think I've always just been able to kind of like suss out things that like,
yeah.
we probably were like one of the first generations to go to college and have social media so present
So true.
that like, I remember because Madison starts after Labor Day.
Yeah.
Which is kind of late.
Yeah,
And
it
so
is.
I remember like sitting at my family's house, like kind of packing up, definitely lying to my parents, not being packed up. And like seeing all these people already on campus, like rushing sororities and like
Yeah.
the best of the best snippets. And I was so scared. Like I was like, I have to have like the best experience ever. Like this has to be so
Yeah.
good. And I definitely didn't. Like my freshman year roommate, like we didn't really get along, and like my whole floor was all friends.
Okay, yeah.
So like I think like I was doing that like weird thing of like people were going to the zoo, which like the zoo at Madison, like I don't like zoos, but
It's
like
a little bit of a sad place. Yeah.
like I had to go and like be like, oh, like what's up with you? Oh, yo, you, and it's like it's just like not really gonna be your friends. Like
it's
probably
friends based on
statistically,
proximity.
yeah, like it's
you
just
know?
like hi,
Yeah.
please hang out with me, be a body next to me.
Yeah.
And I think it wasn't until like second semester that I like really got my stride. I had like friends outside of my dorm that then I could be like, I'm leaving this dorm and hanging out with my friends. I got an on-campus job because my mom was like, make money.
Totally.
So then I like made friends with people who were like, it gets better.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I probably had a lot of things that I could have been like, my parents just make me go here, but I was like, this is a good school. And now again, like I'm in Chicago and I'm like, I went to UW-Madison. All like half of our friends went there.
So many.
Every
day I meet another person
I
from
know
UW-Madison.
we're just like everywhere. And also like I like talk to other people in Chicago who go to schools and I'm like, that school sucks.
Yeah.
Like,
No, totally.
or they're like, I went to DePaul and I'm like, lame.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. I loved Madison, but I think for me it felt like the easy choice. I grew up in Madison and I stayed. I had a bunch of my high school friends went to, so like I didn't need to make new friends. We still did, which I think was good.
That's smart.
Yeah. But I think that for me being an only child, and it was like my first time having to share, like first of all, my first time having to share maybe ever. Second of all, also my first time having to share, and it is a 8-foot box with bunk beds. Yeah.
Cinder block walls.
Literally.
Like.
And I just remember being like, oh, there's nowhere on this campus that I can go and be alone. Like no
Wait,
fucking
what dorm
where.
were you in?
I was in Celery.
Oh yeah.
Which,
See,
like,
I was a Lakeshore girly.
Okay,
I know
yes.
like Lakeshore over here. Like I need to be by water. It's the Pisces in me.
Yeah.
But like at least I could like go on the path.
Yeah. Oh, I cried on that path for sure a few times.
Probably a lot of people did. But you were so far.
Yeah. No, right.
Yeah.
And then like I just remember like I feel like I was so used to having my alone time in the house and like with my family because of course it was just little old moi and that was such a big adjustment for me. Just like people constantly around all the time.
Do you feel like you still like you're like do you seek out your alone time now? Because I feel like I am like an introvert extrovert or extrovert introvert. I don't always know because like sometimes I feel like I'm like so like blah 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 blah.
Yeah, I identify with that.
And you're like you are. Well, I feel like like I'm pretty like go with the flow in any situation, but like there are times where like I am shy. Yeah, and I'm like
no same.
Like, and I feel like it's only recently that like I've started to kind of be like okay like I'm always gonna show up and support my friends, and I'm always gonna like be there, say hi, like appreciate the invite because an invite means a lot.
Oh, I completely agree.
But like sometimes I will be like, I'm just here for a beer and then I'm gonna head home.
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, I stay for 3 beers. But like having that like, I don't really feel like being here. So like I'm here. I love that I'm here. I'm gonna make the best of it. But like I also want my alone time. Like I want to go to bed at 9 p.m.
Yeah. No, I think that's something that I want to get better at because I feel like for me right now, it's a lot of all or nothing.
Yeah.
And it is like when I do get somewhere, it's so easy for me to get in the zone of like, well, I'm here, made it all the way here, went through the effort of, 2 buses and whatever the fuck.
Yeah, you guys are kind of far.
Or it's like, oh, I know my Uber is going to cost me $30, so I might as well.
Oh my God, but
make it worth it.
If you bike.
So true.
But that's really only, okay, you're going to have such a fun summer. I'm manifesting it for you now because then you can just bike.
I know.
Just like leave and get on a bike.
So true. Do you feel like drunk biking?
Oh.
Safety concern? Are you into it?
Okay, so
I think I would collect myself a few BUIs if I'm being perfectly honest.
I like did not know that was a real thing. Knock on wood, I have not gotten one. I did leave a office party last summer. Like and like how like when you're kind of like really buzzed, you're like, oh, walk home will like clear my mind.
Yes.
That does not happen for a bike ride. A bike ride like accelerates it.
No, that kind of makes total sense to me.
Holy hell, here I go. And I work in River North, so the closest way to get back home was to take the Lakeshore Path.
Classic. Which
on a bright, sunny Wednesday
is
bliss. Like fully packed with everyone like doing their stuff. So yeah, I definitely like crashed the divvy bike.
No.
And it was and it was kind of then like I kind of just like sat for a little bit being like,
yeah, we have to catch our breath. Yeah. Take account of our situation.
Yeah, of like that was really dumb.
Yeah.
But I think like I was like, well, I have the bike. So I have to go like at least take it to the like
I can't
the
leave
dock.
It here.
Like I can't like dispose of it. So I did have to like
it in the lake like everybody else.
Everyone else. I'm like, goodbye. I'm like, no, the bike deserved it. It made me fall. As I'm like seeing 6 bikes like trying to pick it up and I'm so drunk. I did make it home, but like definitely had people be like, you biked? Like you do not look well. So maybe that's also like my thing then is that I'm like, oh, I can't have that many drinks because I'm biking.
Yeah, so true. It's a good it balances
There's
you out.
so many excuses that I also feel like people don't care. Like when I like have parties and people are like, I can only be here for like 1 drink or like whatever. I'm like, it means so much that you came here. I really don't care. And I used to be really bad about that. Like full transparency. Like when people would be like, I have another party, so I can only come to yours for a little bit. I'd be like, oh,
you
like,
hate me.
Yeah. I'm like, why are they even here? Like,
yeah,
they should just not even show up if they're going to be here for 5 minutes. And like, I completely tizzed myself out. And I have other things to tiz out. No, I'm kidding. But like, I kind of just was like, okay, that is not the way to live life.
Yeah.
And kind of like just got over it, which I don't know. I probably.
No, I think that's awesome.
Yeah. Like I kind of just was like, okay, like they're my friends. I love them. They're here. And like, what I'm going to spend the entire time that they're here, like hemming and hawing. Yeah, I probably will make a comment being like, glad you finally showed up.
Yeah.
But then like,
nice to see you.
Oh, no hostess gift. But then like, I'm just kind of like, no, like life is so fucking short.
Yeah.
That like,
I agree.
you gotta pick and choose your battles. And like,
what's your love language? Like, how do you like to receive love?
Words of affirmation for sure.
Okay. Because mine's totally quality time, which I feel like can
maybe I should retest.
Yeah.
Because
well, and I feel like it goes both ways with that one where like anytime is time and that's wonderful. That is a gift. But at the same time, like I would love some more.
I know. And that's my thing is like, okay, having like a little breakthrough moment IRL. But like, I feel like my love language currently is like all languages and like any
I mean,
form
there's no
of
bad
love.
one.
Yeah. Well, I'm like, I don't know the gift giving one, needy, but like, I just feel like the world. Oh my God, see, okay, Pisces on her tirade, and like, okay, being like
Safe
20,
space.
yeah, being 29, like I'm so close to 30, like I'm dead, 1 foot in the grave. But like, I'm just like, life is so short. Love is so fun in any capacity.
Oh,
and
I cannot
like,
agree more.
friendship is like my greatest form of love, and to have like such a community of people there supporting or being there or like supporting near or far or in spirit, like it means so much that I'm like, any way that they can give and I can give, like I'm going to accept it.
Yeah. No, I think that's awesome. And I think
But
that's
I want
so
words of affirmation most.
Yeah, right. At least tell me you love me on your way out.
Tell me I'm great.
Yeah.
And like, even with that sentiment right there, as I say it, I'm like, I'm so great. But like, that's my self-love. But no, like
equally important.
I just feel like, yeah, like I love when people are like, oh, I saw this thing and like I thought of you. And I also love when people are like, do you want to just like go for a walk? And I'm like, okay. Like, I feel like, yeah, it's so great to love
I think so too.
and to be loved that I'm
right,
like,
how lucky are we?
yeah, like I'm not gonna pick and choose.
Yeah.
And like, I have no romantic love right now. So like, I'm gonna take my friend love.
Yeah. No, and that's beautiful. I know you've always been like a bit of a hostess. Do you feel like that's something that you like have you always done that? Did you get that from your family?
Yeah, definitely a family thing. I feel like it's my dad's side of the family, his mom, who I share the same middle name with, Lily Josephine, which again, sidebar, story within a story. I cannot wait to be old and go by Lily Jo.
Oh, cute.
Oh, that's so cute.
We can start now.
Well, I feel like I want like one gray hair.
Okay, makes sense.
And then once my hair turns like fully white, it'll be so fun.
Absolutely.
But
you'll be fully realized.
Yeah, I will be true self.
Yes.
Yeah, Grandma Phyllis Josephine, hostess with Moses.
Okay,
like,
I love that.
Woman who like you walk in the door and there's like snacks.
Because I think hosting is such a like way to show love.
It is, and it's so much work.
I mean,
Sorry,
without a doubt.
Work. Like, I am running around.
Yeah.
Weeks before the party. But it is so accomplishing and it is so fun. And like, I think The Atlantic came out with the article at the beginning of this year of like, Americans need to throw more parties.
Oh, yep. I didn't read it. I saw the headline.
I read it. I used my Atlantic free monthly read to read it. And it like literally is just like, yeah, like our parents used to go to parties, which mine definitely didn't. Other than like family parties. But like my parents weren't like schmoozing in a conversation pit. Like I don't know that lifestyle. But yeah, like we just always were like, oh, it's this cousin's birthday or like this holiday or like this, like we're going up to the cabin, Minnesotans, and like we're celebrating 4th of July, my dad's birthday, my grandpa's birthday, my dad's brother, my uncle's birthday, and like it's just a week of celebration.
Classic.
Yeah, like keep the party going.
Squeeze it all in there.
Everyone loves a party. No one wants to host it.
Yeah, so true.
And I will be the one to host it because words of affirmation. I want everyone to say like, what a great party.
Yeah.
You're so good at it.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, that feels so good.
Yeah. And so like Grandma Phil, definitely then like my dad is the one where like you come into our house. my parents' house and like immediately serving like a glass of lemonade. So you gotta come.
Okay.
Miss Juice.
Yeah.
And, like a bowl of popcorn. And
Oh my
like
God, you're
during the
speaking my
holidays,
language.
it's like there's a tray of cookies everywhere.
Oh my God, all my favorite things.
Yeah, no, and it's like you are like weighted on hand and foot by my dad. Like he is the most like giving person. And so like his love language is probably acts of service and like gifts and stuff. But yeah, he's just always like the person to be like, can I refill your water? And you're like, no, Dad. And then you're like, actually, yeah. And can you put 2 more things of ice in it? And also I want this and I want that.
And can you tell me you love me? Can you tell me I'm great?
And also I have a project due tomorrow and we have to go get a poster board. Sorry.
No, that's
so yeah,
classic.
so I like that. And yeah, definitely like the party that I then started to like get my hosting talons, my grips in was my dad's family does like a Christmas cookie bake.
Okay, yes.
So when I was in college, sophomore year, finally out of the dorms, I was like, I'm going to do a cookie bake, and had like 4 friends that I invited because I was like, I don't really know. And like, I don't know how to like get cookie dough and like roll it out. And oh my God, I got to get icing and I have to get cookie like shapes and I have to get frosting and sprinkles and all this stuff. And we have to bake it. Oh my God, it's so much work. And it was so much fun.
And all in a college house, no less.
Yes, I know, where we're like, we have 1 cookie sheet.
Yeah.
Like, so we're going to be doing this for 4 hours straight. We can only fit 6 at a time. Yeah, and I just like did it. And then it definitely took a hiatus because like junior year, it was just kind of like not a good living situation. And then senior year, we lived in like really small apartments. So it was like, we cannot have people. But that's when I finally was like, oh, I'm hosting a birthday party. And then I think we did like a graduation party. And I was like, this is fun. I like parties.
Yeah.
I will give credit to my mom. She always had Martha Stewart magazines.
Okay, classic. Yes. Yeah, that woman knows how to throw a party.
That woman does. And let me tell you, little Lily, like seeing like Martha throw a like 45-person Thanksgiving buffet in her horse stable in Massachusetts. I am like, okay, writing down her to-do list.
Yes.
I will be doing that as well.
Yeah, we're adding that one to the Pinterest board.
I'm like, it's there. It's there.
Yeah.
And she still has those magazines, and like I will go home and flip through them just being like, oh, what a fun little idea. But obviously like not on Martha's budget. But
no, right.
Yet.
A girl can dream.
Yeah,
Yes.
a girl can dream.
We're
But
manifesting.
yeah, it's so much fun now. Like just throwing a party, and people love to go to them.
Yeah. No, every time that I do it, I feel like I'm a little stressed out before, which is also something I get from my mother. Oh my God. Before that woman would host a party, it was like war in the home.
I feel like once I'm like in a good place, last adjustments, which is probably like 4 hours before the party, because then I have to like shower, get dressed,
of course,
makeup, hair, whatever.
Glam.
I'm cracking open a drink. I'm getting little fuzzy to like cool down the nerves.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
To reach back to equilibrium.
Yeah. Otherwise, I'd be like swinging open that door, guns a-blazing, being like, oh.
No, people would be scared.
They would be.
Yeah.
I think that's how I was for New Year's this year. I like fully was like, I am not doing this again. And everyone was like, Happy New Year's to you too.
Totally.
And I was like, who wants to do it next year? Which like totally, I already have plans for New Year's this year of like, it'd be so fun if we did this party.
Yeah, of course.
I'm like, I'm ready. I'm starting to itch. I feel like it's so tough. November, December, January, February, March, because there's so many events back to back that I'm like, okay, I'm taking a little breather. I'm on sabbatical. I'll come back.
You need to do a little hibernation period.
Yeah. And now like the weather's nice.
Yeah.
You have your rooftop. We have one, but the entire apartment building is under renovation.
Oh, okay.
It's a nightmare.
Right.
So once the workers stop like catapulting off our roof, we will have people on it.
Makes perfect sense.
I mean, I'll invite them to the party.
Yeah,
they might be fun.
Yeah. No, that'd be
the
sick.
only like straight macho men on the roof.
They also strip.
All the other gay men are like, ooh.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually think that's a perfect combination.
Yeah.
No.
David and Goliath.
Yes, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
No, I love throwing parties, and I think that after having lived in a few shitty apartments that weren't particularly good for hosting.
Yes,
that was a
good
huge requirement upon this move. I was like, I want to be able to host. I want people to be able to sleep here. Like, I need there to be enough space that I can do that because it's so fun. It's something I know that I love. And like, name something better than bringing all your favorite people together under one roof.
That's literally what the Atlantic article says, where it's like, you are not going to get that combination of people unless you force it.
Yeah.
And like everyone, wow, how many times can I say? Like everyone wants that to happen, but like they're not going to do it themselves.
Right.
So like you kind of have to just like be the nudge. And like, it doesn't have to be all out either.
Yeah.
Is like one of their little hinters of like, so how do you do this? Is like, my favorite thing sometimes is just being like, oh, the Oscars are on. Who wants to come over and watch it?
Yeah.
And then it turns into a thing
There's
of
just
like
a fun little reason.
Oh, there's quite a few people here. Great. Let's like make it a party. Do you feel like, do you do birthday parties?
I honestly,
I'm like asking like as if you're like a balloon artist. I'm like, so do you do birthday parties?
Yeah.
I'm like about to hire you. I'm like, so
how much do you
do you do bar
charge?
mitzvahs?
Yeah. No, I feel like I do. I honestly love throwing James's birthday party more than I like my own.
Nice.
Because it feels like it's mine, but I'm not the one being celebrated, so all the pressure is off.
True.
I love hosting.
But do you think if you, because like my thing is like I do love my birthday party and I always do something fun for it. But I know if I didn't do it, no one else would.
Yes.
That's my mindset always.
Well, and the easy thing about my birthday the last couple of years is it always fell on Pitchfork weekend. So I would host a little pregame, and then anyone who was going to the festival, it was like automatically that can also just like bleed into the
Keep
day.
the party going.
And obviously now no more Pitchfork, RIP in peace. It's over.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And I literally on my way here was thinking about how fab your outfit was for Pitchfork last year that I was like, oh my God, I gotta like see her outfits. Whoopsies.
Yeah, I know. I'm sad about it. And so that was kind of just like built-in birthday. I didn't have to try that hard. So pretty much I like would host like a small kind of more like brunch time pregame.
Yeah.
And that was it. But this year I know that if I want to be celebrated, I'm going to have to make it happen.
Go big or go home, sister.
Yes.
Really gotta go big.
I think the other thing about having a summer birthday is it was so like, I remember growing up and thinking that like, oh, you get celebrated so much more if your birthday falls within the school year.
Oh yeah.
You know? And so now it's kind of the opposite. Summer birthdays are probably more fun in some ways.
100%.
Yeah. Although it's not always great for a rooftop party because it gets really hot up there.
I was just going to say, we did one of our parties at our last place, which had like a full rooftop, was like our move out party. And we literally, I bought a $6 kiddie pool and just took all of the alcohol that was in our like fridge, in our freezer, in our caddy, like the bar cart.
Smart.
Everything. And we just schlepped it on up there.
Yeah.
Put it on ice. And we were like, come over. Because we're not moving any of this alcohol to the next apartment.
Yeah. That is so smart.
It was really fun. I know. I'm so innovative. Definitely so hot.
Yeah.
Like the way that like the little alcove of like the door of the patio, everyone just like huddled under
100%.
away from the shade. And like, I love heat.
I can't say the same.
I know. And I think it's like, it's just like sweating. Like, I don't really mind. My sister's like the exact opposite. Like, she can only do dry heat.
Yeah.
So like, she's always like, let's go to Palm Springs. And I'm like, okay, I'll go back. But I'm also like, what about other places?
No,
but I'm
totally.
like, no, she has to go here. Otherwise she's a bear.
No, like if I'm hot, I'm so overwhelmed and I'm cranky.
I think like, okay, so I will bitch probably like a couple times. Can I swear on this?
Yes,
I
you
definitely
can.
have like multiple times.
I have to individually mark every single
Bleep.
episode explicit.
Fuck.
I have to. Yeah, I'm self-submitting.
Oh, love that. Sorry, FCC. I feel like I will complain and I'll like have my moments. Like I feel like Pride is always warm and I'm always
Last year
wearing.
it was hot as a motherfucker.
It was so hot, and I was
Yeah.
wearing some like doily square grandma cardigan like knit thing from the thrift store. But I think I like hit a good place with my clothes where I definitely never dress for the weather.
Yeah.
I'm always like too cold or too hot.
I would say the same.
But all my clothes is like $6 from the thrift store. So I'm like, I don't really care.
Yeah.
Like if I sweat through this.
Right. No biggie.
Whatever.
Yeah. I'm the same. I'm literally, my entire wardrobe is thrifted. But I also feel like because it's thrifted, it leans grandma. And grandmas don't really dress for summer.
Oh, yeah. They're always in like a 3-piece suit.
Yeah.
Yes. But like, well, that's because grandmas are always so cold. Because like my
grandma's freezing at all times.
Yeah. Like you would walk into her apartment and you'd be like, she'd be like, the heat's not working. Turn it up. And you're like, Grandma, it is 92 in here.
Yeah.
Like
it's
boiling.
So yeah.
And you're kind of like sitting, blinking at her, being like,
yeah, right. I'm barely
eyelids
staying
like
alive.
fluttering.
Uh-huh.
I have no clue where we were going with that story. I feel like there was like 85 jumps, but like, yes, the rooftop party, fun. You could do that. People will be hot. I'm a March birthday, so it's always snow or sludge.
I know that one really can go multiple ways though, because I feel like this year it was a warmer March.
It was warm.
Yeah.
So I felt fine with that. It used to during school sometimes run during like spring break.
Okay.
So like then I'd kind of be like, whatever.
No, that's like having a summer birthday where
I'm kind of like, oh, you're like in Cancun, so you can't celebrate it. But no, I think I've grown to love my birthday. It's St. Patrick's Day.
Okay.
So the city does celebrate.
Right.
So I've never done the mindset though of like, there's already a party, so just like pregame it. I'm like,
yeah,
I will get my own weekend.
No, totally.
To celebrate it.
Yeah. No, and I think that St. Patrick's Day is the perfect kind of day where like, yes, there are a million parties, but it's so much more fun to have like a little bit level up to the celebration.
Yes. Yeah. And I famously like don't really mesh with the color green, so I try to like
I can relate
stay.
To that. Yeah.
I don't like I don't like green and I don't like purple. What are your colors?
Yeah, I would say I like the color green. I just can't wear it often.
I would say like with your hair color, like and like fairish skin right now, it would look like so fun, like a little forest fairy.
I can do like an olive.
No, I'm going away from that.
I can do like an olive.
Okay.
I don't turn away from forest fairy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that
you're
the
like,
haircut.
No.
Yeah. But I feel like when I think about a St. Patrick's Day green.
Oh, it's Kelly green.
Yeah, I can't be doing that. I look terrible in the color orange. And it's one of my favorite colors.
I don't really know who like looks good in it though.
That's true. Well, I've been recently really into getting your colors.
Oh yeah.
I haven't seen a professional for it, but of course I've diagnosed myself as a soft summer.
I just like picture you like going to a fabric store, which like Rip Joann's, and like getting the swatches and like doing it yourself. Being
literally.
Like, oh, I think I'm not.
Yeah. Well, and so now I'm kind of like, who looks good in orange would be a spring. A spring would look good in orange.
Oh yeah.
They wear incredibly bright colors. I don't know how they get away with it, but somehow.
I mean, like, I think that's okay. Like, if I look at my closet, which like I'm mentally picturing it right now, it's a lot of whites.
Yeah.
It's a lot of pinks.
Mm-hmm. I can totally see you in pink.
I love pink.
Yeah.
I fell in love with it during COVID, and it's been a love affair.
Such a happy
since.
color.
It is so fun.
Yeah.
Like a bright pink. I am starting to get to the point where I'm like, oh, I'm buying a lot of pink.
Yeah.
Like I will buy like 6 books in a row and they'll all be pink covers.
Totally.
And I'm like, ooh, that's
right. I seem to be gravitating towards something.
Yeah. And I'm just like, oh, it's because the covers look cool. But I'm like, pink is in. Like ever since like Valentino did the like pink runway show 100%. And everyone was like, shocking, pink is in.
Mm-hmm.
I was ahead of that time, but I did grow up like hating colors. I kind of had like an emo phase where my older sister definitely checked me in line being like, okay, cloud, like
yeah, you have to get over this.
But I think it's just because like I was so uncomfortable, probably like with myself and like what I was doing, and like I'm a younger sister, so I'm like, what am I gonna be in this world?
Yeah. I mean, being a young girl going through puberty and trying to discover herself is hell on earth.
I'm like, okay, let's stick with like gray.
Yeah.
I also was like in the phase of like, do I shop at Hot Topic because they have like Twilight merch or like
right.
And I was so bad at always asking my mom for new clothes.
I stole my first thong from Hot Topic.
Stealer.
Yeah, I'm not proud of it.
Do you steal anything now?
I don't.
Put it on the pod.
No, I really don't. And I can't even believe that I used to do that so much. It was really primarily underwear. I was just like, there's no good reason to pay for this.
Buy it. The like a normal thing that like I will buy almost anything at a thrift store. I'm not buying underwear.
Yeah, right. For sure.
I am buying fresh underwear. But I will buy a lot of slips.
Yeah. Okay. Right. And similar concept. Undergarment.
It is undergarment.
Yeah.
But I'm wearing it as an outer garment because I like to break the rules.
I feel the same way about even like swimwear at a thrift store. It's hard for me to cross that line.
I will, if I'm at like one of those like vintage markets or like what do they call them, where like they're the stores that someone else has gone through the thrift store for you and then marked up the price like 50%. So you're like, oh,
that's
thanks.
like a vintage store versus thrift, like a consignment.
Yeah, the consignment store. Yeah. Those ones maybe I would flirt with the idea of a swimsuit there because I'm like, the girlies probably washed it.
Right. So true. We trust them.
But I also have times where I am digging through Savers or Unique.
100%.
And I find a cool thing and I'm like, it's dry clean only.
I know.
I just put it on my body.
Yeah.
I ride the red line. Like, you've got to
we're picking
build up that
battles.
immune system.
Yeah.
And again, knock on wood, like, it's hardy.
You're here to tell the tale. You have lived to see another day.
I also wash my hands. So like.
Right. That's why we're telling the guys.
Back. Yeah.
Okay, well, I could chat with you all day, but I want to get into your good, bad, ugly.
I know, and this is what I'm so nervous for because I'm like, I could chat all day. Like, this is my thing where I'm like, I'm going to say my good, and it's going to be an 8-hour long story about what it is.
Well, let's get into it.
Well, I almost feel like I have to like check my phone because I did write them
Please
down.
do.
Okay.
You're in a safe space. I have to write mine down all the time.
I am like type A enough that like I have like a document of like what tattoos I want to get and where they will place on my body. Like an anatomy scan of my body with little like circles being like, this is where it's going to go.
It's good you got to keep score of
like,
those things.
Okay, this is my biggest thing that I keep is a Google Doc that I just say 2025 list. And it has
oh my God,
my things to do, things to look forward to, movies to watch. Then I just have one called ideas.
Oh.
One called gift ideas, my birthday party invite list, my birthday party like text that I did on the party full, sister trip ideas and family trip ideas, and then my 31st birthday plan.
Wait, that's amazing. That actually feels very walking the line of type A, type B in the sense that it's all one list.
Yes, I like it all in one place.
That's
and
crazy.
I'm scared to make another Google Doc that like has other things in there.
Yeah.
Because I want it all there. Okay.
Wait, is your good, bad, ugly in this list?
Yes, it is.
Wait,
I found
crazy.
it.
That is so crazy.
It's right after gift ideas.
Love.
Okay, so do I start with my good?
Yes, we'll start with good.
Okay. I feel like I was thinking about this because I was talking with our friend Kyle before our friend Greg's birthday party.
Okay, yes.
My good is, which is really bad in the economy right now, with it currently, is like my little treat.
Oh, yes.
But I'm going to take it one step further and say like, whatever collab, whatever hot new snack, treat, thing going viral on social media, like I have to do it. I have to try it.
Okay.
And it brings so much joy. No one else is going to be the one to make the like dirty extra brine pickle margarita twist that they see on like the BuzzFeed TikTok page, and I will do it. I love it.
Okay.
I am like at Whole Foods. Like I think some people are like, I love grocery stores. I love walking them. And like I am part of that group. But like I am seeking out the thing that says like new on the tag or limited time.
Yes.
I am like, I will be trying that. Like Chex Mix came out with like pizza and taco Chex Mix. I'm buying it.
Have to have
I
it.
want to try it.
Yeah.
Because again, circles back to the conversation, art of conversation. Number one thing, water cooler talk. Hey, have you tried the new Chex Mix? They came out with pizza flavor.
So true. You've done your homework.
I love it. I love those little things.
Okay.
I like highly recommend sometimes it does suck because you'll get the thing that you're like, this is really bad. Like,
I feel like
they
it
should not
sucks
have made
equally when you like it and it's limited edition and you're like, okay, well now this is my new favorite hyperfixation and I know that I can't have it forever.
Yeah, I guess I have yet to deal with that.
Okay.
The last time that happened was the cookie dough Pop-Tarts.
Okay.
Those went away. I was really bummed about that.
Yeah,
but that's like when I was
James
young.
is into those. Yeah.
They're not there. But okay, case in point, guess what Pop-Tarts is coming out with this summer?
Okay. Interesting.
Summer.
Right. Let's go like Aperol Spritz.
Close. Not close at all. They're coming out with Pop-Tart ice cream sandwiches.
No way.
Like, I will be trying that.
Oh, how have they not done that before?
So fun. And like, yes, I could just go home and slap ice cream on a Pop-Tart. But like, I want the manufacturer.
We want the state sanctioned.
I just like love it. Like, there is like Sour Patch Kid Jell-O. I want to try it. Like, I don't know why. And it's like so funny because I will be like so money conscious on so many things. Mm-hmm. This was Kyle's point. He's like, I love that you will like eat dirt cheap vegetables like all day for dinner for months. And then you'll be like, but I bought an $8 hummus collab with Graza olive oil. And I'm like, yeah, I want to.
Yeah. No, totally.
Because in my head, I'll be like, I'm supporting the little man. Like, I'm supporting the little business.
Absolutely.
But it's like, you know,
and finding joy in the process.
I am. And I'm so excited for whatever the thing will be for summer 2025.
Okay.
Because I do think it was Aperol Spritz last summer.
Yeah, I agree.
Do you think it will be Aperol again this summer?
Well, and I feel like last year also the spaghetti was so big.
It was a spaghetti. Yeah, like drink-wise, it was also like Dirty Shirley's.
Yes.
And then I feel like, I don't know, like ranch was just a huge thing for summer. And like they were saying like hot dog towers are like in right now. I don't know if they're in Boston. I could go on for hours about like what is going on with these food trends. There's this guy on Instagram who just says like, here's what's new for food.
Interesting. I think it's so interesting that food
and
can be trendy.
Do like in the grocery store.
Yeah. Okay.
I smell a career pivot right now.
No, totally.
I'm in.
Well, because I feel like I get the food trends. The ones that come across my desk are the ones that are somehow tied to fashion, like Tomato Girl Summer.
Yes. Okay. You know? Loewe, like with their tomato candle and tomato hand soap. And like I got the knockoff version that's like Myers.
Yep.
Biggest complimented thing in our apartment.
Totally.
When people use my bathroom and they wash their hands, which they should, they're like, I love that soap. And I'm like, I know.
Yes.
I can only get it in the summer. So
okay.
I got to stock up.
Right. So true. I know. And then it's kind of like, right. Are you supposed to go seasonally with these kinds of things? I struggle with that with candles a lot.
Yeah. I did really want the Trader Joe's tomato candle and I didn't get it.
Yeah. Well, perhaps this is your summer.
Well, yeah, I guess that's I don't beat myself up if I don't get the trend, but I am happy to say that I tried it.
No, it's fun to participate.
And I'm telling everyone about it. Like I am Paul revering around the city of Chicago being like, this was so good. You have to try it. Or I'm like, don't get it.
Yeah. Do you have any like what's like best, worst collab?
That's a good question. I guess like okay, Garrett's Popcorn, Chicago tradish. They had a really good like Valentine's like white chocolate covered with like berry on top.
Delicious.
And I just was like, oh, what a fun bit to like get a family sized tin of Garrett's Popcorn. And every time someone came over, I'd be like, do you want to try it? It's new.
Yeah, no, I love that.
Yeah, I think I just like being the one to be like, I waited out and got this thing.
I have this exclusive thing.
Yeah, but I'm never like, you know how like New York, like people are waiting in line for all those food things?
Of course.
I'm not doing that yet.
Right. We're keeping it cutesy. We're being demure.
We're keeping the hidden gems hidden in Chicago. And I feel like, like I haven't done like the breakfast sandwich. It's only things at grocery stores.
Okay. Yes.
And like kind of shops. I don't know. That. I feel like I'm contradicting myself, but there's just a little thing with those with those new things that like I have to have it.
That's so fun to know about you because that's not something that that would have taken us a while to get there, you know? That's awesome.
Well, you know what I would have done? I would have like shown up with something, but you said no gifts. And I said, I can't do that.
No, a Thin Mint is honestly, that's my go-to. If I'm getting the Girl Scout cookie, Thin Mints are top notch.
Yeah.
I'll get a few others. I'll get the Samoas.
Those ones are good, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes like I'll dabble in the peanut butter, but
oh yeah, the like tag-alongs versus the peanut butter patty.
Yeah.
See,
hot debate.
Topic.
It is.
Okay, my bad.
Yes, you're bad.
Okay, so this is the flip side of that.
Okay.
Is that I am spending too much on trends and collabs.
Okay, I get it.
And this is what I was saying over dinner, because we had dinner together, is that I feel like I am in this state. It's 29.
Mm-hmm.
29 years old is rough. I'm ready for 30, I think. Well, I'm not ready yet because I have this big hurdle of like, I have all this crap that I'm buying, not the food stuff, like the books and the clothes that I'm just, who am I leaving it to?
Yeah. Yeah, totally. Who am I passing
We're getting
this
really
on
deep
to?
here. I feel like most times when people are on your pod, they're like, the bad is like mushy peas. And I'm like, the bad is that I'm leaving junk on this planet that already has junk.
No, I understand. I think it is human nature to consume. You can't not allow yourself life's frivolities in order.
I know, and that is why the good is that like I'm choosing to do that. But like I guess, like I said, I will have the best estate sale in all of the land when I kick the bucket.
Absolutely,
like,
diva down.
I saw someone to say it on TikTok, and so I will not take credit. But she was like, I want my line, like my estate sale. Yeah, the line to be like seen from space. And I'm like, yes. Yeah. Like, I want people on TikTok to be like, stop what you're doing this weekend. You have to go to this estate sale. And they'll be like, Lily died with no husband, no kids. None of her friends had kids. So no one wants this junk. But it's really cool pink books, pink clothes, and like 85 white frilly vest from the thrift store.
Absolutely. No, and you want to know what? The girls are going to line up.
The girls will line up, and like those girls will get my stuff.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
I'm looking forward to it. But it is kind of like that thing where like even like on Friday, a huge Facebook Marketplace girly.
Oh, same. I can't.
It is
I'm
my
addicted.
social media of check. Like if anyone sees me live on Facebook, which is fearful that you can still see like who's live on it. Like I don't want to know like someone from my high school on Facebook. I'm just on Facebook Marketplace. Like I'm not doing anything but just like seeing what's up. And I bought super cute frames of like vintage, I don't know, like women's magazines framed up. It's so cute. You'll have to see it. And one of my friends, Aiden, I'll call him out, was like, how much did you spend for that? And I was like, does it matter? Like,
actually, none of your business.
And then I was like, someone will really like these frames.
Yeah, absolutely.
When I die.
Yeah, those are going to be a hefty price tag at the estate sale.
Yeah, but it will be one of those things where it's like, why did I buy those?
No, but sometimes you just gotta let yourself do it. I actually love spending money.
I love that.
I like genuinely love it.
I love her to death, but my sister says it all the time that like she instilled such a fear.
I think that I could benefit from having some of that fear.
Oh, she'll come in there. You just have to do taxes with her, and then it's like
totally. I know my dad is a little bit that way.
Yeah.
He doesn't have what it takes to temper my spending, but I like James is always like spending money stresses me out. And I'm like, I feel the opposite. I find it freeing. I love to let it fly.
Oh my God. I love that. Okay. I want to go on a shopping trip with you because I feel like my sister's husband's really good about that. And like, I love when he'll shop with us, like girls guy.
Yeah.
Where he'll be like, just get it. Like,
yeah.
I will hem and haw.
I'm that friend.
And he's like, just get it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well,
no, I'm going to gas you up and be like, that's the cutest thing I've ever seen. You have to buy it.
Get it. And
your life won't be complete without it.
If you don't buy it, he'll just grab it and buy it for you and be like, here.
Glamorous.
I know. They're so
keep
fun.
Him around.
Couple goals.
Yeah. No, I love spending money. It's bad because I don't have a lot of it. But I love to hand it out.
Well, then you'll have a really good estate sale. We'll just make sure that ours are not on the same day.
Yeah, absolutely.
It'll
Absolutely.
be competing weekends.
Right. And we'll have a similar audience, I think.
I know. So like I will put in my estate sale, I'll be like, make sure to go to Sam's.
Yeah.
Oh, like a discount code. Mention Lily for 10% off Sam's estate sale.
R.I.P. Lily. That's what you have to say.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be fun.
That's so good.
Okay. Well, it's planned. It's in there. They heard
It's
it
on the
first.
calendar.
Yeah, it is. I'll send you an Evite for party full
We'll
for the
make a
estate sale.
party full. Oh my God, that's dark, but I love it.
Yeah, I think I'm like at that place where like it's really fun. I mean, like my parents are like at the age now where like my dad just retired.
Yes.
I definitely, when I went home, like fully sobbed to my mom being like, I am not ready for you guys to die.
No,
and
my
like,
parents can never.
Oh my God. Okay, speaking of dates, like I was on a date with a guy and he was like, so like, you look like you'd be a really good singer. And I was like, I'm not, but
first of all, what does that mean?
Yeah. And then he was like, yeah, like you look like you sing in the shower. And I was like, I don't. I think about my parents dying and it makes me cry. And he was like, and I was like, no, but like I'm like,
yeah, no worries.
And I was like, that's healthy though.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh,
right. He was like, and the check, please. No.
Yeah. He was like, let me get you another drink, girly.
No, I'm the same. I like I'm experiencing this thing where my grandparents are starting to they're starting to kick the bucket, and it's made me think so much about my parents' mortality, and I can tell that it's making them think about it too.
Yeah.
And my parents are in this big kick right now of like, we really don't want to leave you with a mess. More of like less physical things, more of like all of the paperwork and making sure the bills and all the healthcare things and the social security, like all of that stuff is buttoned up, because it very much wasn't for my grandpa who's just passed. Mm-hmm. And it's just interesting to hear them talk about these things, and like they're starting to put numbers on it. Like, well, we've probably got like 20 years only. And it's like, please don't say that.
Oh yeah. Yep. Nope. We're there with my parents. And like, I think it's just, I mean, we were talking about this of like, God bless that I have such a good relationship with my family. And like, I love them. Like I love them.
No, I'm obsessed with my family.
Yeah, I'm so obsessed. And I'm like, no, my family is so cool. And like, that's probably why, like, when I talk to like male suitors, I'm like, you cannot hang with my family. Yeah. Like, I'm like, you would be
you're not good enough.
Yeah, I'm like, ick. I don't want to put you near my family because I'm like, you would not do well. Like,
you wouldn't stand a chance.
Yeah, we're zipping and zapping on like comedy things. So I'm like, no. But yeah, I do like love also that they're just like, oh yeah, Lily's the fifth wheel.
Yeah, totally.
Where I'm just like beep bopping around, and I'm super fun, and they love me. So
absolutely,
it's right back to oh god, the bad.
Now it's it's ugly.
Okay, I feel like I had a lot that I was thinking of, even in my like thing of like, oh my god, like the world is rose-colored glasses, and like you just need love. Like I feel like especially in the outfit I'm in as well, it's very like hippy-dippy, like woo-wah of like all love is good love, and like you either throw the party or you join it. Like,
totally.
Like the amount of slogans that we could pamper around your house right now of like, in this house, we believe.
I'm rich in title possibilities for the episode.
I love it. The only thing I could think of that I knew that like everyone would be like, yes, this is Lily's ugly. And I wish so badly, because I am type A, that it would correspond with the good and bad. Mm-hmm. But it's really just out on the right wing.
Okay.
It smells.
Okay.
I just like, I think I was talking to you about this at a party where I was like, we've all got like a little...
Right.
Little tick, a little tism, like a little something where people are like, ooh, she's really on that. Mm-hmm. Mine is smells. Like if something stinks, it is second nature for me to immediately be like, it stinks in here. And I
call it like you see it.
I call it like I see it. Well, and I also think like that's one of those things where like I will call it, like if I fart, I will be the first person to be like, I farted.
No, totally.
Or I'll be like, I have to
We're
fart.
going to beat you to the punch.
Yeah, I'm like, I have to fart. I'm about to fart. I am farting. Okay, I'm done with my fart. Like, I let us know everything.
You're walking everybody through.
Yeah, I'm like, that smell is me. But that other smell, I don't know what that is, and it stinks, and I need it out of here. Like, I hate the smell of trash. I hate the smell of like the mulch right now. Oh, I feel like I got really close to the mic. Like, we're in mulch season. Horrible.
I know.
We just got out of like melting earth season, which was weird. And also like no one in Chicago was picking up dog poop for the entirety of winter.
I know,
so
what the hell's up with that?
it was poop everywhere. Like I cannot get over smells. I never will. That will be my thing.
Well, and we live in a smelly city.
We do.
Yeah.
I mean, like, and that's the thing too, where then I get like really like uppity, where I'm like, the red line smells, or I'm like, oh, it smells like pee, or like people, like, and we have a lot of friends who don't use deodorant sometimes, and I'm like, it smells, and like I'm always afraid that my breath stinks.
Oh, same.
I'm chewing gum so much that like I give myself lockjaw.
100%.
Yeah, smells. It's just like it's my thing, and it's not like reciprocal where I'm like, oh my god, that smells so good.
Okay, I was just
like,
gonna ask.
I don't care if it smells good.
Yeah, right. It's the bad ones.
If it's bad, you will hear it.
Yeah. No, I feel the same way. Like James and I, when I can tell that I have a much stronger sense of smell than he does.
And that's the thing. Maybe I'm just like super heightened about it.
Yeah.
Where like, it's
like it's affecting me. I smell it. And like smells to me are the one thing that you can't really get away from, the same as everything else. If you're touching something you don't want to be touching it, you take your hand away.
Yeah.
If you're seeing something you don't want to be seeing, you turn away, you shut your eyes, whatever.
Plug your ears.
Yeah. Noise can be hard, I guess, sometimes.
I guess like people would be like, plug your nose. And I'm like, I am, and it's burned through my nostrils.
No, it lingers.
Like, I'm like, it is in my nose hair.
Yeah. I feel like I can feel the smell coursing through my body.
Well, like sometimes then like I'll even like think back to a smell that smelled bad, and I'll be like, I'm revolting myself again. Like I'm thinking, and it's like there.
Interesting, because that is something I feel like I can't do. It's hard for me to think about. Like I can't quite recall a smell if I'm not smelling it in the moment.
Yeah, it's not like a fully fleshed smell, but like it will be back to front of mind.
You remember the feeling,
and I'm like, oh,
yeah,
that was really smelly. And
totally.
like I just it's weird though, because then there's like other things where like I would think it's bad, but like there are certain amounts of like, okay, this is probably like TMI, but like if a guy is kind of like musky, fine.
Totally.
Where like someone else could be like, oh my god, he smells like BO, and I'm like, yeah, but it's not really 100% BO. It's getting there, but like,
sure,
he's putting in the work.
He's teetering on the edge.
Cute.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's whatever. He's a little dirty. Anything else? It's really just that one.
Yeah.
There's no other smell where I'm like, okay, when people are like, I secretly love the smell of gasoline, I'm like, okay, cool.
Right.
Whatever. But like if the gas station stinks, like that is a way that I speak. Like my family will get so mad at me because I'll just be like, it stinks in here.
Yeah,
and
totally.
they're like, okay. And I'm like, no, it like really stinks. And they're like, okay. Like
this is affecting me.
Like the emphasis on the word stink.
Stink in general is a crazy word, and it's so harsh. Like when you really think about it.
And it
what a useful term.
I'm throwing it around. Like it is daggers in the air trying to like get rid of the smell, because I'm just so like and it's like as if I think that like I'm projecting some kind of blanket to lessen the smell, but I'm not. Like
right.
And I won't remove myself from it. I'm like, the smell's got to go first.
Yeah. Right. If we call it out, perhaps
if I say it 17 times,
look the smell in the eye.
I feel like everyone knows it. It is like my thing. And I will say there is a creator on TikTok that I love her just for the bit that she like edits very well, a little segment being like, okay, something stinks. Let's go figure out what it is. And she's like, on first glance, I think it's this couch, but I've given it the sniff test and it's not. And then she just like goes around. And I think she's like in LA, which another stinky city.
Totally.
So
yes.
I think that could also be a career pivot.
Yes. A professional sniffer.
Yes. I think I just really at UW-Madison should have done like food science, but I hated that like science 101 class. It was so tough.
I felt the same. I will say there was do you remember those plants at UW-Madison? They bloomed in the fall.
Oh yeah.
They smelled like jizz. They smelled
that's
like
they're called something like pear. They start with a B.
Okay.
Yeah, we all call them cum trees.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're here. They're in the city too.
Okay, because there was a
They're on
specific
Lakeshore.
person who was running for some form of political office at UW-Madison, not something I typically paid attention to.
Mhm.
And they were running solely on the platform that they would get rid of all of those plans.
Yes.
Did they have the actual gall to do that?
Uprooting,
Absolutely
probably
not. But I was like, love that platform. You have my vote.
Okay, Elwood.
Yeah.
It's like when she's like, and they wrecked my hair.
Yeah.
And I didn't say anything. That is my favorite speech where she's like, speak up, America.
Yeah.
Speak up. And then like, the like screenwriter was like, and remember, you are beautiful. Like that's how she ends the speech. And you're just like, okay, like,
Right.
go politics.
Yeah. Yes!
Go political Barbie.
No, but I was like, that's a political campaign I can get behind.
Yes. I always felt like, because I was Lakeshore girly, there was DeJope.
Yeah.
Best, like all the athletes were there, and it was the best dining hall. Sorry
by
that you
far.
got Gordon's.
Yeah.
It was fun though. And they had like these grasses out front. Stunk.
No, I think I know what you're talking about.
Absolutely horrific.
Yes.
Like rotting corpse.
Yep. No, I remember those.
And I was just always
It always smelled like
had
that
to
over
walk
there.
by and go, it stinks.
Yeah.
Like that is me. Next time you see me at a party, if it smells, you should go find me, because I will be already like roaming around like
Totally.
a Roomba on the floor being like, it stinks in here.
Have you guys noticed that it stinks?
Like people will be like, oh my God, I saw you went on vacation. I'll be like, well, it stinks. So I can't talk about it.
Yeah, I actually can't think about anything else.
It is front of mind,
All consuming.
out my mouth.
Totally.
Yeah. That's
Okay, well, that's good to know about you.
I mean, yeah, we talked about it of like, that's my thing. I'm not getting better on it.
No, and you shouldn't have to.
I've got to have my tick.
The smells that should fix themselves.
But I guess I will say, like, if anyone wants to, like, in the comments say, like, Lily actually smells, like, I will cry myself to sleep.
No, right.
But I will better myself. Like, like if I smell, like, someone's got to tell me.
No, I know.
Like I said, it's like my fear, but
yeah. No, I think same. It's so hard because no, that's not ever a fun conversation to have. Like even if somebody
how do you like tell someone? I mean, like I normally with gum just say like, do you want a piece?
see, good for you.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like there are times when I can't even bring myself to do that. I'm like, if I'll do it, if I can do it if somebody has something in their teeth. Like I can do it if somebody has something on their face or on their clothes. But that's such a hard one for me. It just feels like I don't know. But like I would want to know. I know that it will hurt my feelings, but I want to know.
I feel like I'll feel pretty good about it if, like, yeah, because I guess in the instance, if someone was like, do you want gum? And if I was like, no. And if they were like, well, you should take some, I'd be like, oh, okay, thanks.
Yeah, okay, I'm actually going to kill myself.
Yeah, I'd be like, great, I'll take 5 slices.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll take the whole pack.
Thanks, I'm actually going to chew all these at once.
Yeah, I'm like, I will go find like fluoride and rinse with it. I saw something where people were like, if you're really like pissed off at someone saying something stupid in a conversation, when they finish like obviously mansplaining to you, you should just say like, you have something in your teeth.
No, right. That's such a like, okay, we're going to bring you down a notch.
Yeah, or like, you have something in your nose.
Right. Okay, fucking loser, you have a bad
Yeah,
in the cave.
and then you just like walk away. Yeah, I mean, I don't do the thing in the teeth. I get kind of nervous about that. I wait until like, okay, which is so weird because I can interrupt like crazy, but like interrupting someone as they're talking to be like,
yeah, I agree with that one because right. Normally when you notice, it's because they're speaking.
And then I have to wait for them to finish. And then I'm like,
yeah. And then it's kind of like a little whisper off to the side. Hey, by the way.
Yeah. Except for I will always remember one time my teacher in 7th grade, her skirt was undone in the back and like fully was like calligraphy on the board for this day's lesson.
Yeah, totally.
And someone like everyone in the classroom was like, how do we tell her? And someone like walked up and was like, you have to check your skirt. And she was like, oh my God, children, I'm so sorry. Not British, but like she was like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, that was a really cool girl to tell the teacher.
No, it is.
Like,
it's always
your
admirable.
Entire
Right. Your ass is hanging out.
Yeah, your backside's out. Girly. For you, I'd be like, hey, Sam, that thong that you stole. Yeah, we can see it.
Hey, your Hot Topic thong. Yeah.
We see it.
We see it. You have a whale tail.
Yeah, exactly.
Those are in though. So now it's like, are you doing that on purpose?
I mean, yeah, I feel like everything's cyclical.
It's so true.
Life is just every day is a winding road. I think that's in the end credits of Aaron Brockovich.
Oh
Great
my God,
movie.
you're right. Ooh, that could use a rewatch.
That is what I'll be listening to on the ride home.
Okay, love.
Yeah.
Okay, well, last question for you.
Yes.
Is your hater mode activated today?
I feel like this morning when I woke up, yes.
Love that. Waking up. That's the first thing.
No, it was fully like, oh God. And now I feel like I will go to bed like with smile.
At peace.
Yeah, like
as long as you don't encounter a bad smell.
Oh yeah. I'm like thinking, will I? No, I feel like I'll like put my hands to my head and I'll honk shoe.
Oh, I love it.
I feel like I don't wake up thinking of juice. I do wake up thinking of coffee. And once I have that, I kind of like slowly dissipate throughout the day. And if I have a good outfit, like I'm just like little notches.
I completely agree. An outfit will make or break my day.
Yeah. But I guess my resounding answer is no. I could never be a hater. I'm always a supporter. If anyone hates me, I'll cry. Like I feel like I'm so like, no, I'm secretly shy and I secretly want everyone to like me. And it's scary to admit that sometimes, but I'm like, no, like if someone has beef with me and they hate me, I'm going to literally be like, please tell me why. And let's speak for 18 hours.
Literally.
Hash it out.
Literally.
Get some wine and call it good.
No, mine is almost like I would really just love for you to get over that because
I'm like, okay, but why? And they're like, because you suck. And I'm like, no, but like,
no,
why?
I swear I don't.
I'm like, no, but like,
maybe you just need to spend
me.
a little bit more time with me.
I'm like, okay, Sam, do you know anyone who hates me?
No.
Okay, I don't know anyone who hates you either.
And let's keep it that way.
Yeah, we'll advocate.
Hey, anybody who hates you is not a friend of mine.
Yeah, and right back there. Unless they say that you smell. Then I will say, you should tell her that.
No, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, say it with your chest.
Yeah.
Or your nose.
And a piece of gum.
Yeah. I also think that is the key. It's like if I can't help somebody, maybe that's it.
Oh, yeah. And that's the thing that's like the age-old thing of like, if they can't fix it in 5 seconds.
Yes. Yeah, that's like golden rule.
Yeah, except for like, what if they're like, no, like she interrupts people and like.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm so guilty of that too.
Yeah. Okay, good. I mean.
So safe space.
Safe space and also like pick and choose. Like life is short.
I know.
Rah, rah, rah.
And sometimes we just have so much to say.
I'm so excited to get it all out. Yeah, I'm not a hater. I'm a lover.
I identify
that right there
for sure. Absolutely.
I am. I'm you rah rah champion of all.
Yes. I don't think my hater mode is activated today either.
Was I supposed to ask it back to you?
No, I'll just chime in.
I have no idea what I'm doing on this. You're like, okay, let's start recording, and I'm like, oh, I've just been talking the whole time.
I mean, that's what dinner is for.
I could do this right over again. This doesn't record. Let's do it again. Roll it back.
Literally. We used to tell all the same stories. I think we could. We might just get a little sidetracked.
Oh, there'd be like 8 more stories in there.
But yeah, I think I had too much fun right now to have my hater mode activated today. I will say I feel like at work, I was having one of those days where I just couldn't lock in, you know?
Yep, that was me.
Which did kind of make me feel like, okay, but I'm also not spending my time productively on anything else either. And that always kind of frustrates me. But we made it.
Yeah, I had that where I got so close to signing up to volunteer for a 5K race. And I was like, that will be my thing that I can check off my to-do list.
I love that.
And then I just was like, I'll save that for tomorrow.
Yeah. You know
I'm fully almost ready to
We're
commit.
bumping that task.
The tab is open on my computer.
I couldn't be closer.
I'm just not there yet.
And I understand. Perhaps tomorrow.
I will sip my coffee, spring out of bed.
Yeah, I love it. It's going to be a great day.
It'll be a great day. I think, especially because it's Tuesday, it's only up from here.
I completely agree.
Today felt like a Monday. Started. I'm like, tomorrow.
Tuesdays always do.
Weekend's going to be great.
I know. I can't wait. I love weekends.
Yeah.
Name something better.
And it'll be a really fun weekend.
Yeah. So true.
So I'm ready for it.
Well, thank you so much. This is a blast.
I mean, I had so much fun.
Yay.
I could, like we said at the beginning, I could literally talk to anyone, but it was really fun talking to you and I really enjoyed it.
Yay, same. No, I feel the exact same. It was nice to be able to have you over for dinner. I had a blast. I would love to hang out a bunch more.
Yeah, I'll be on your patio when it's hot, cold.
Absolutely.
Mid-temp, party, no party. Smells good.
Yeah.
Doesn't.
Yes.
I'm like everything except for stinks.
No, right. Otherwise, you're out of here.
Yeah.
Actually, you're not.
And
You're
you know
just
what I'll
calling
do?
it
You know what
out.
I'll do? I'll bring like a fun snack. I have so many things that I want to try. So like I'll bring something fun.
Okay, taste test.
Yes.
Well, I love it. This was a blast. And thank you guys for listening. We'll be back to chat with you again next week. Bye.
Yay.